I was raised in a really bad racist area. I see it. They're looked at as others. They're not looked at as equal. Even if there's no hatred, they're looked at as just different, separate, and below. It's just how it is. Most people don't want to talk about it. White people don't want to talk about it. They get uncomfortable. A lot of people don't want to debate, they don't want to argue. They run from conflict, and they just put their head in the sand. They might not even be racist per se, as they think they're better, but they still cannot empathize with something that's different than them. That's a problem across, race, gender, religion. Anything different, people have problems empathizing with. I didn't really understand it until I got married and had a child. And until you get that close to it, you say you know it, but you don't. And even now, I don't know it like she knows it. I can just see when she's in front of me and they don't know I'm with her. I see people behave differently, and when they see us together, the stares, let them stare. When people stare, we'll start making out. That's just who we are. We're like, here, you're gonna have to deal with it.
His family, when we first were together, it was a culture shock for them. But I almost didn't blame them because they've never been out of their little bubble. So it was like I came down from a spaceship.
I always wanted to teach my son to know his rights and tell the cop, no, you can't search my vehicle. I've always wanted to teach him the laws and have him stand his ground, and I can't do that. I can't.
As soon as he got his driver's license, the very first thing I did is I sat him down and I said, things are a little different now. Now that you're driving, you may get pulled over more than your friends. And I explained it could be this big pigment of his skin. It could be because he had dreadlocks at the time.
He's 18 and full of testosterone, and I don't think he gets it. I have to train him on what to do and how to do it. Where to put his hands, ask to reach for stuff. I've seen the videos of people following directions that still got shot. There's proper training, psychological screening for cops to be able to handle that fear in the right manner, to not hurt anybody. He just thinks that we're overreacting and we're overprotective, which scares me even more.
It's harder to understand that because he doesn't see that. All of his group of friends are like a little bag of Skittles. There's all different races, creeds, so he doesn't understand how someone could think that way because of a skin pigment. So he's really not understanding that right now. So that innocence in him.
Yeah, growing up in a mixed household, I don't know if he grasped it. If you grow up with, being around it for all the family reunions, both sides, I don't think he gets it yet. If you really don't have another race in your family that you would die for, you see people, they don't empathize the way a normal person would. Because a lot of people can't see their reflection. So you see a white teacher and a black kid, and you're like, they don't look at it as a white kid. They say they do, they don't. It's impossible unless you have that empathy in your heart.
There has to be some form of diversity. Everyone's not blonde hair, blue eyes. My perfect world would have a different culture in every classroom. I would have a Muslim teacher, I would have a Spanish teacher, I would have a Greek teacher, that would be my perfect world, to show children this is not what makes America. I can look completely opposite and still succeed.
You have to leave your hometown. You have to get out. Wherever you're from, you gotta move. Travel as much as you can. That's the only way to build empathy, because if you don't know anybody, if you don't love anybody from that group, you're not gonna be able to empathize with them.